Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and if this video has found you, when it's found you for a reason. So trust the timing of your life, trust your own intuition, and when something I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Also, please know I will never reply to your comments telling you to message me through WhatsApp. It's not me doing that, so block, report or ignore, but just know it's not me. Let's go with this reading. What is happening for this collective? What would you benefit from knowing about before it happens? What would you benefit from knowing about right now? Oh, you got the moon. Okay. Powerful, lots of emotions, powerful, deep emotions, and things unseen. Way too many cards trying to fly out. Knight of Pentacles. There's a whole deck of cards. I don't understand. I don't understand. Whew, okay. Come on. I don't know if some of you are like motivators or something, because I was like, come on. I don't know. I never usually do that. It's impatience, or you're trying to motivate people around you, or someone in particular. You're like a personal trainer or something. You're like, pull it together. You've got this. I don't know. There's an interesting energy there that came through out of nowhere. Any more cards? Oh, okay. Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, the Moon. So, oh, we got interesting lighting again. How is that possible that it always happens? Okay. The Moon, firstly. Intuition. Things unseen, things hidden. Because even when even when the moon is full, you only see half of it. So there's secrets or something. Someone's hiding deep emotions for you, because this is right next to the Knight of Pentacles. I'm not sure. There could be someone around you. There's a lot more depth to this person's feelings than you may think. You could have grown up or spent the majority of your life around certain people that are quite shallow, and so because that's the only flavour of person, weird way to put it, that's the only type of person you've been around, you're assuming that's all the type of people there is. And so someone has recently entered your life, or someone you're with is just different to every other character in your life, and you don't realise the depth to this person's emotions. And again, it's not that people don't have this range of emotions. I just feel as if you've been around people that only showed you a shallow side of themselves. And this person has deep, deep feelings that you aren't even aware of. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to show you that, especially if this is something new. They're like, I'm not going to tell you, like, that's just weird. I shouldn't be feeling this much for you this soon. So they're keeping it to themselves, keeping that close to their chest and moving very slowly towards you. Queen of Pentacles, they see your value. Someone knows your value. They hence, oh, okay, this is very positive. And then the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on very tight or being quite stubborn. You may have created a lovely life, or you're working on creating a lovely, peaceful, stable life for yourself. So you're very protective of who you let in, and you're holding on very tightly to what you've made. And that's why this person is approaching slowly, calmly, patiently, because they know how easy it would be for you to not trust them, or to prefer your peace over their company. For some reason, they could see you as someone that's very particular about who you keep in your circle. Clarify the moon. Clarify the moon. You have the Emperor. Ooh, okay. I like it. I like it a lot. So the Emperor is the Emperor. You're welcome. The Emperor is basically someone very mature, boss energy. They like to be in charge, they like to be in control. That might be a side of themselves they've not shown you, because around you at the moment they're kind of taking their time, trying to be very careful with how they move towards you and figure you out and how to treat you. I don't know why, I feel like it's a very matched energy of you've never met someone that has shown up with such deep emotions, and they've never met someone who they see so much value in. And I don't mean value as in pentacle necessarily. I mean value as in they see you as valuable. They see you are important. They think like you're rare, right? Because what makes something valuable, it's hard to find, it's rare, it's unique. They see you rare, unique, valuable, hence why they're being very careful. And it's very mutual of them, like, I don't know where I was going with that. Like, it's very mutual. The depth that they have of the emotions for you. I don't know where I was going with that. That made no sense. That actually doesn't make sense at all. But to begin with, I was so sure about, like, that felt so, like, that was what the cards were trying to communicate. The moon, hidden, Knight of Pentacles. You don't see how much this person feels for you because they might be moving very slowly. The Emperor, though, is also someone that wants to be in control and in charge. They also could be hiding something about their career. If they're very successful and wealthy, again, it could be like a mirrored thing here. If you're very protective of what you're building or have built, and this person is very protective of what they've built for themselves, so they're kind of not telling you maybe the full extent of their own successes because people may have used them in the past. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, celebration, victory, celebrating a success, checkpoint. Kind of matches the Knight of Pentacles quite nicely because when I look at the Knight of Pentacles, it's very much my card of taking things one step at a time, right? One step at a time. Instead of looking at the whole staircase, just take it one step at a time. Each one as perfect as you can place your step, and soon you're at the top of the staircase. With the Four of Wands, this is celebrating like the small and big accomplishments. So there's something where there could be a commitment that you're coming into, or just a checkpoint, something worth celebrating with someone. We've made it. Some of you are celebrating an anniversary with someone, and there's just something where you don't actually see. I feel like I'm getting this really strange vision of someone crying over you. And they're crying over you because of the gratitude they have to have met you and to be on a journey with you. Not only are they grateful, like, what are the chances we exist at the same time, and we've met each other, and we've formed a connection together, and we've stayed loyal to each other. There's something where someone really is appreciative and grateful to have you around in their life. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. If this isn't resonating and you're like, I'm single as a Pringle, can you not rub it in, Christy? Well, don't worry, because this is coming towards to you for a reason. The Lovers, Two of Swords. So if you're single as a Pringle, this is someone coming in soon for you that is going to be so grateful to just know you. Two of Swords, did I say that? Knight of Swords, the Lovers. To clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Someone may overthink whether they're worthy of you or not because they don't know they're an Emperor. They don't see themselves in that light. They don't realise that. They're too busy looking at their faults, trying to see what they can fix. Control freak, which is the Emperor. They don't see how cool they are, how valuable they are within themselves. They're too busy looking at you and seeing your value. But there's something here with the Lovers. This is a union. This is choosing love. You and another person may both really overthink and question your value because you're seeing each other's value. You're not paying attention to yourselves. You're both very mature. Regardless of age, regardless of whether there's an age gap or not, you and yourselves may have been through a lot in your own lives, in your own journey, because you have matured. You are extremely, extremely emotionally mature. And then there's something within that of when you meet people and when you get to know people, you're more focused on whether or not you like them than you are of, do they like me? Which is a more immature, younger way of being, of, ooh, like self-conscious, is my hair okay, do they like me? You're paying more attention to whether or not you like them, but it's actually to the extreme of you're paying a lot of attention to them because you like them, and that might be very rare, and they're paying a lot of attention to you because they like you, and then you're both overthinking because for once you're not paying attention to yourselves, you're then starting to question and look at yourselves because you're usually mature enough to not question yourself and just be like, does this person deserve me? Is this person worthy of my energy. And so you finally are finding each other, and you both are worthy of each other, but then you're overthinking something that was once clear. Ace of Swords is clarity, but this has 2 swords. So something that was once clear, you've looked at it for too long, or looked at this person for too long maybe, and questioned suddenly whether you're worthy of them. I don't know if any of what I just said made sense, but it made sense to me. Yeah, you're usually not insecure people or questioning what you're worthy of, but because you put each other on such high pedestals and really see each other's worth, you're forgetting to see your own worth within that, and that the person you're seeing, the reason you see how cool they are, how great they are, is because you're seeing parts of yourself reflected within them. And you're like, oh, and it's shining a light on the things that, like, you've never appreciated about yourself. Like, that you're mirrors to each other. This whole thing. At the 1111 card, it's a mirror card. You're mirrors to each other. And so you're feeling, you have a choice here with the Lovers. Choose love or fear. So you can choose to fear whether or not you are worthy of them, or you can choose to look at this in the energy of love and go, oh my gosh, I love myself even more. I value myself even more when I'm around this person, because all the good in them brings out the good in me, and all the things I like about them are the things that I like about me. Like, I don't know. There's something. Choose love, choose fear, choose overthinking. It's up to you, but just know that you are valuable and worthy of this person. I don't know, it feels like a connection you're already in, and if not, you're right on the precipice. You're right on the fence of meeting them. You're about to meet them. Knight of Swords, like racing in. But also, I think there's something where you're rushing to... I think there's also something about you finally have very recently seen and remembered your value within yourself, regardless of what connection you're in. Right, because a lot of people, a lot of the times, those of you that are single, I hope will resonate with this as well. We are told that we are less valuable if we're single. Like, we're single, we're half of a couple. Your other half, right? And meanwhile, being made out to be less because you haven't found your person, or you're not in a relationship. Meanwhile, you look around and there's people in the most terrible relationships, and around you may not be able to find one that you would want a connection like that. You would want someone like that. So there's something here where you may have recently come to the conclusion, if you're single, that you're like, I am going to stay single, as opposed to settle for anybody less than a really healthy relationship that others can look to inspire them to do better in their relationships. You're like, I would rather be alone than anything short of healthy and inspiring others to heal or choose better for themselves. You want something genuine and rare, or nothing at all. Why would you want something just so that others around you who are unhappy in unhealthy connections will approve of the fact that you're no longer single? It makes no sense, and I feel like there's something where this is recent, or if you're in a relationship, it was like right before you met this person that you realised I'm not going to settle for less than something great. And then Four of Pentacles, like, you're holding on to that self-worth that you found, of that value of, like, no matter what, I'm choosing myself. In this connection, I'll always choose myself first, whilst also loving this person. You're still going to make sure you prioritise you first and foremost. Three of Swords came out randomly, and I just feel as if that's also from pain. From you maybe in the past settling because of pressure of society, of friends, family, expecting you, exactly like the opposite of what I was just saying, expecting you to be in a connection and making you feel like that's something you had to do. And so there's pain around that, of you settling for someone that was not very kind or wasn't really a good fit, whatever it may be. There's pain around that, and so now you're like saving yourself and choosing yourself above all. Even though there's a beautiful healthy connection coming, you're almost vowing to yourself first and foremost that you won't ever forget or lose yourself. Ace of Cups, new love. A lot of you are single. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. Rebirth. It's actually a rebirth of this energy a transformation, a rising of the ashes, you're gonna be putting down these 4 pentacles that you're holding on very tight to. You may have almost, because it's excessiveness, 4 of Pentacles can be overspending or oversaving, right? And so I feel like there's an energy of you over holding on to yourself and protecting yourself out of a fear of pain. 3 of Swords can be a fear of pain, of heartbreak, because of the past repeating itself. So you've overprotected yourself, over held on, over really, really prioritized looking any way other than romantic energy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And now there's the transformation. I can't freaking speak. Now there's a transformation of you're no longer going to hold on so tightly to having to protect your self-worth, because no matter what, you are seeing your worth. You're going to drop, like, this is just protective. You're protecting yourself, what you've built, and then massive transformation. You're realizing, I can do that. I can protect myself and what I'm building without having to sit still and hold on so tightly. I can actually adventure into this without holding on, thinking I'm going to lose. I don't know, there's an energy here. Ace of Cups trying to come out. Justice. That's so funny because I was going to say balance. There's an energy of balance, of things balancing out, because 4 of Pentacles is excessive energy of just you seeing your value. It took you so long to see your value that you are so stubborn now, in a good way, of refusing to let anybody distract you, persuade you otherwise, or you are scared to risk the potential that going into a new connection might mean that you lose yourself in that person. So you're holding on so tightly, and then balance has to come in, because it's good to protect yourself, it's good to protect your value and know your worth. But balance is always necessary if you're doing that to the extent that you're protecting yourself from the good stuff. The good stuff, right? People are going to change you. People are going to change you. You're not going to... Every action has a reaction, and so energetically being around another person is always going to shift something within you, whether it's emotionally, mentally. People change us, the people we come into contact with, whether it's a stranger on a park bench or your husband or wife. Like, someone is going to change you, and there's an energy of you knowing, do you know what, balance. I'm going to let go of trying to protect this version of myself forever. I can still know my value and still let someone change me, as long as I don't let them change me into someone I'm not or don't want to be. They can change you in positive ways as well, and you'll change them in positive ways as well. Balance, reciprocation, yin and yang. But you won't be able to experience that metamorphosis, that transformation, if you're holding on to a certain version of you that you've outgrown. Let yourself be changed. I think in the past, maybe someone like you changed negatively in a connection from being around someone, and now that's a fear for you of you don't want that to happen again. But justice is coming in to give you the opposite side of the coin. Of this person's actually going to make you a better person and make you proud of yourself and make you even more aware of your value, rather than someone in the past may have done the opposite and shrunk you and made you want to be less of yourself and made you not see your value. You're always going to be you, who you are in your soul, but it's just something about the way you perceive yourself, who you believe yourself to be, then affects how you act in the world, then affects your life, your decisions, and then affects the results you see and the life you live. So even though you always are you, who you believe yourself to be, this person's going to see and make you believe in your worth and value even more. You're over here trying to protect yourself because you don't want anyone to... You don't want to risk anyone shrinking you. So you're protecting yourself, but you don't realise you're protecting yourself from someone that wants to see you grow. Whoa. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated or you know it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you when I see you.